Hey everybody, and welcome back to NDSU Bison Football. This is the start of Season 3, the preseason video, as we go over the roster and set up the recruiting board for this year. Last year ended unbelievably fortunately for the Bison. Got hot at the right time, went on a sweet winning streak, beating Louisville and Miami, before we ran into the Tennessee Volunteers, who beat us by 4 points. But I mean, we were right there with them. We have the 17th ranked team in the country coming into preseason, 76 overall with a 76 defense and 76 offense, and a brand new conference as we have been moved to the Big 12, taking on teams like Texas Tech, Baylor, BYU, TCU, Kansas State. The talent in the Big 12 is far superior to the Mountain West. We'll jump into that in just a second, take a look at our schedule, but before we do that, let's take a look at the roster. Now, our season is nothing if Tavian St. Clair is not on fire. The sophomore quarterback comes into the season as an 89 overall, playing up to a 91. He only had 2,800 yards through the air last year, but 30 touchdowns is an unbelievable number, especially if you look at the talent who he was throwing to last year. Wasn't anything great, right? We did upgrade the talent around him, so we're looking for him to take a big step this year. Tavian St. Clair is the offense. He is the dynasty changing player that we needed. Again, only a sophomore, so we'll have him at least one more year. We'll see if he wants to go to the NFL after next year, or if he'll be a senior player here in Fargo. But backing him up, we've got the second year red-shirted freshman Darren Carew, 6'5", Sioux Falls native. Now, he was promised playing time, and he's just not going to have it. We've got Tavian St. Clair, but Carew will step in from time to time. He is a pocket passer. He's got a pretty good arm. He needs to work on a few, awareness is low in his throw. I mean, listen, he's a good player. He would be a solid starter. If we were still in the Mountain West, Darren Carew would be a solid starter. I have no concerns throwing him in there in a position. If Tavian goes down, or maybe we're just being blown out, or we're blowing somebody out and we need to throw somebody else in there, Darren Carew, I think, fits that spot very, very nicely. On roster, we still have Devin Vernon. He has a deal breaker. It's pro potential, which is crazy to think about, because Devin Vernon is a 71 overall pure runner with 78 speed. That's not great. Awful throwing stats, right? Like, all of his numbers are in the 60s for his throw accuracy. He's got 87 throw power, which is not great at all. Impact development is nice. So, I mean, maybe he'll go off to another college and, find a coach that can really help him grow. But yeah, Devin Vernon, not great, I would say. We also have Caleb Hoffner returning, 5'11" dual threat. Hoffner is never going to be the starter. He also has a deal breaker, by the way, playing time, and it's just not going to work out. So he's going to be out of here after next year. He's a 68 overall. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, kid. I don't know what to tell you. Kind of the same thing with Dwayne Cole. Now, he's a different type of quarterback. Dwayne actually has a really nice arm, 90 throw power, but the accuracy is just not there, low awareness. He also wants better playing time, and he's just not going to find it on this roster. When we have, St. Clair and Carew, Dwayne Cole, he could be the third quarterback on the roster at the very best. Right now, he's like 6th on the list, because we have the true freshman coming in, John Marr. Now, John Marr does have a playing time deal breaker. He needs at least a C+ playing time. He's got a D+ right now because he's the 4th on the roster. With Vernon, Hoffner, and Cole leaving, I would imagine John Marr's playing time deal breaker will go away by the end of the season. And I certainly hope it does, because he comes in as a true freshman, 93 throw power, 75 short accuracy, 75 mid throw accuracy, 81 speed as a dual threat, 6'2", 183 pounds. John Marr is an absolute madman, and he's the type of guy, if we didn't have Tavian St. Clair, John Marr would be the guy that I would push in there and be like, all right, you're the starter moving forward. John, you gotta save our season, kid. Impact dev trait for John. If we need to keep John here, we need to develop him over the next 2 to 3 years. And then as a junior, he'll take over 3 years from now when we're super hot, because in 3 years from now, we're going to be I mean, we're going to be beating the hell out of teams. Now, with the departure of Chris Foster, we have a hole at the running back position. Luckily, Deontay Cobbs comes in to fill that. As a true freshman, he comes in at 78 overall. Star development trait, workhorse, road dog, the natural, and winning time. This kid is going to absolutely pop off. Doesn't have the greatest speed. Only coming in with 86 speed is not... Listen, alright, he's not going to be running away from many people, but he's a hard-hitting 5'10", 220. That's a little tank right there, man, right? Like, his archetype is contact seeker. 91 acceleration is by far the best on our team, in the running back room at least. Yeah, I expect big things out of Deontay Cobbs. At 18 years old, he's already a captain for us. I imagine this kid, this Mississippi kid out of Gulfport, right? He comes from the bayou all the way up north to Fargo. I imagine he's going to have an absolute wonderful season one and really a great career here. Chester McDonald is back, all right? And what can be said about Chester McDonald that hasn't been said before? He is actually developing fine. He's a 76 overall, 91 speed guy. Listen, he's got the elusive bruiser type. I don't know, man. I don't know. Chester McDonald, we'll look for him to do better this year, but no promises out of the cracker. Marcus Farr, though, he came in and he had an outstanding year last year as a junior. 94 speed, 82 acceleration, 86 agility. Averaged 5.2 yards on the ground, 600 total yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, again, when Chris Foster went down, we got good production out of Marcus Farr. Similar build to Deontay Cobbs. That would be my only concern. I guess he's quite a bit faster. They're not the same player, right? They're not the same player, but they're similarly built. I don't want to burn Cobbs out that quickly, right? Looking at what happened with Chris Foster at the end of his career, I don't want that to repeat with Deontay Cobbs. So look for Marcus Farr, Chester McDonald to get a decent amount of carries, as well as Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson's like an underrated player. He averaged 4.1 yards per carry last year, and I mean that was on an injured season too. So I mean he was toughing his way out there. But yeah, Kelly is a talented young man. So we'll work him onto the field. It's going to be a pretty good rotation. I like Cobbs getting the bulk of the carries, McDonald coming in for more passing downs, and then Farr and Kelly being sprinkled in there, you know, taking their fair share of carries. Again, I'm not super concerned about stats. If this, again, with my Madden series, I do want the best stats available to the players. With college football, I just want to win, man. I just want to do what's best for the program. We also have Pete Hofstede, 83 speed for the fullback. He is the only fullback on roster, but I mean I don't think we're going to be running a lot of fullback sets. Starting wide receiver is Ty Gilmore, only a 74 overall. That normal dev trait is just holding him back. He had a sweet year last year. I mean, was the main go-to for Tavian St. Clair on many plays, right? 6'3", 221, nice size, 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 91 agility. Kind of leads the wide receiver room as a physical athlete. Catching is not the best, but I mean, he in his sophomore year, we're looking for big stuff out of him as well. The only thing I would be concerned about is he's going against actual good cornerbacks now that we've moved to the Big 12. But yeah, he got 1,000 yards receiving last year, 15 touchdowns on 77 receptions. I would imagine those numbers will stay kind of consistent. Probably, I would say a step back with the touchdowns. There's going to be other people wanting the ball, right? But yeah, Ty Gilmore he's the cornerstone for right now. Right, he's the cornerstone of the wide receiver room. Just a minute ago, we talked about adding weapons for Tavian St. Clair, and that comes in the form of true freshman Keenan Booty. Minneapolis native, star development, 6'1", 192 pounds. He's a physical route runner. Now, his speed is not great, 87 speed, 91 acceleration, but he's a 74 overall coming in as a true freshman, right? He's 18 years old, and he's going to be starting for the Bison. Now, his catching's only 79 overall, but his spectacular catch is 88, catch in traffic 83, so he's a pretty sure-handed young man. I expect Keenan Booty to not be Booty at all. He's going to rip this place apart. His partner in crime, from the other city, St. Paul native Travis Biggs, 6'2", 187 pounds. Now these guys are I don't want to say they're virtually the same player, but Travis Biggs and Keenan Booty have a lot in common. Now, they're dripped out differently, okay? But both have 87 speed. Both are not the best with just standard catching, but sweet, spectacular catch, good acceleration on both of them. Travis Biggs is going to come in and play... I mean, he's going to be playing on the outside because I like Gilmore as a slot guy a little bit more than Biggs or Booty. Something about having a 6'3", 220-pound man in the slot is pretty... I like that. I mean, yeah, Travis Biggs, Keenan Booty, Ty Gilmore, those are the three standout wide receivers that we're going to be looking for big things this year. We also have the return of R.J. Foster, a senior. Now, his speed is crap, okay? 83 speed. But his catching ability is insane. And, like, he can get free if he needs to. This is his final season with us. As I said, he is a senior. Ending his career as a 76 overall is not, I mean, it's not the best, but he'll be working his way in there, especially when we need somebody with, like, sure hands to make a catch. I could see RJ getting in there late in drives or whatever. Especially, I mean, the other thing is I don't want to burn out the two true freshmen. That would not be ideal. True sophomore, Andre Hawley, 85 speed, 86 spectacular catch, 84 acceleration. He's 6'3", and he's just not developing the way I want. He's only a 72 overall, and he wants better pro potential, which is kind of wild to me that he wants... But I mean, whatever. He's a 72 overall sophomore. He wants better pro potential. He's probably going to be leaving us this year. Well, I mean, again, he's the fifth wide receiver on the roster. I don't expect him to stick around. I don't expect big things out of him. He'll probably be gone. I mean, I would say most definitely he will be gone. Another guy that's not going to hang around is Mike Terrell. Also a pro potential deal breaker. He does have some physical traits I like, but I mean, 6'5", 200 pounds, or 193. I shouldn't have given the extra 7. 6'5", 193 pounds, only 80 speed, so he's slow as dirt. I could see if he put on some weight, he could jump out to tight end. But again, he doesn't want to stay here, right? He's got good catching, but he's just not... Yeah, Mike Terrell, unfortunately, is just not going to work out in the green and gold. DJ Keenan, another receiver with a deal breaker. 3 of our freshmen from last year have pro potential deal breakers. It's very strange to me. But yeah, DJ Keenan, slow, white guy, short, not very good at anything. I'm not going to miss him at all. Because we have a different short white guy who's very fast. Finn Jackson, 94 speed, actually leads our team. I said earlier Ty Gilmore. I mean, I thought Ty Gilmore was the best at speed. But yeah, no, it's Finn Jackson, 94 speed, 92 acceleration. Only normal dev. Again, 5'10", 200 pounds for the little whitey. So yeah, he'll be mixing himself in. I could see him getting some handoffs as well. He's a gadget archetype. So if we do need somebody to step in to take some handoffs, or I mean, you know, catch the ball out of the backfield, Finn is our guy. We were running the Finn Jackson special a couple years ago, and that was very, very nice. So maybe we'll throw Finn in the slot a couple times this year. 40 receptions a couple years ago and 2 touchdowns. I didn't realize he was catching it that often. Another big weapon we added is Michael Smith, 6'6", physical route running star development tight end. He is a senior out of Savannah, Georgia. Transferred over from Rutgers last year. Did not have had like 400 yards receiving. Wasn't great, I would say. But yeah, he comes in as an 87 overall, 82 speed, 89 acceleration, 88 agility. He is like a true receiving tight end. He's going to be stepping in and filling that Peter Clark absence, right? We had that big kid come in last year, played exceptional, caught the ball, I mean, wonderfully. Michael Smith is a much more athletic kid in terms of receiving ability, so we'll look for him to have a big year. Robbie White is backing him up. Robbie White was, I mean, the second leading receiver, the third leading receiver on the team. Second or third. He was insane last year. 6'3", 235 is not the best size at tight end. 83 speed isn't spectacular. Doesn't have any sort of like blocking ability, but he comes in as a 76 overall. Really, really exceptional with the ball in his hands. So I expect Robbie to have another sweet little season. I don't know if he'll be getting the yards like he was getting last year. 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 36 receptions. Yeah, that would be surprising if Robert White had that. But we'll We'll look for him to have a big year. Andrew Carter, 6'6", 266 pounds. That's a big old kid. He's more of a blocking style tight end. I don't expect him to really... I mean, he's got 58 speed, okay? So this is just like a small lineman. Kind of the same thing with Aiden Adams. Now, he's a different player, all right? Aiden Adams is 6'1". Andrew Carter is 6'6", right? So, I mean, these are different players altogether, but neither of them are going to be on the field all that often. Offensive line looks improved from last year. Transfer from Auburn, Johnny Williams IV. He is a senior, comes in at an 83 overall, impact dev trait with some pretty nice physical abilities. I expect Williams to be such a great, like, I'm so excited. So Williams is more of a run blocking tackle, right? And so like the idea that we didn't go out and get somebody who's exceptional at pass blocking is not great, right? But I mean, he's a good pass blocker as well. But he's got 92 run blocking, 92 run block finesse, 89 run block power. So like, again, he's a run blocking left tackle, which is again what our offense is more about, running the ball than passing it. The depth on the offensive line is not great, so that might be a concern if any injuries pop up, but I mean, we'll just hope for no injuries. Jerome Williams has made his return. The transfer from Minnesota last year comes back. A good run blocker. He leaves a little bit to be desired in the pass blocking, but the senior out of Osseo, Minnesota he's sick, man. He's so good. Comes in at an 82 overall, which I mean is 1 point lower than the 83 left tackle. So I mean, that left side of the line should be very strong this year. Chris Wright returns as the starting center, only an 80 overall, another senior, which means this will be the last time these three players, right, left tackle, left guard, and center, play for the Bison. So we're expecting big things out of these three men. We do have a true freshman coming in, Manu Satelli out of Hawaii, right? He's got elite dev trait. He's a 76 overall, coming in again as a true freshman, coming in as a 76. Good in pass protection, better in run blocking. So again, just another bit, a 6'4", 320 for Satelli. He's huge, dude. I'm so happy that we got again, in a couple years, Satelli will be a first-round pick. I can almost guarantee it, unless he transfers. I mean, even if he transfers, he'll still probably be a first-round pick. That means Barry Bagent will be getting the red shirt. Barry started last year, did well. He's a 74 overall, so we'll bring him back next year. He'll compete for a starting job. I could see him playing center or left guard. We'll see what happens with the with recruitment. Another transfer, Kevin Hayward, starts as right tackle. He's a junior, so we should have him for a couple years. 82 overall, star development on the 6'8" kid. He is a pass blocker first, okay? Not as good in the run, which, again, that's what we need. I would rather have pass blockers than run blockers, specifically on the tackle positions. So I considered moving Kevin over to the blind side to protect Tavian, but we'll keep him on the right side. I don't know, man. We might move some things around later in the season if things go poorly. But I can't imagine they'll go poorly, because this offensive line, even if we're not passing the ball 30 times a game, we do have some pretty good running backs, and behind this great wall, we'll probably be pretty set. So, like, overall, the offense looks good. It looks improved. We got better weapons in the receiving core. We've got a young running back who's hungry for some yards. We've got a offensive line that's improved. They're better at run blocking than pass blocking. So, I mean, we'll try to utilize that big time. Quarterback, obviously, is solid. We're gold there. So it's all about, will these pieces all mesh together and work in a consistent way to give us, you know, an offense that actually competes in the Big 12? Because I didn't come to the Big 12 to win 5 games, right? Like, I want to compete, I want a bowl game, and I want to be in the playoffs again. I want another shot at the championship. So we'll see if that happens here. Flipping over to the defense, starting left edge is Brent Blanco. Now he comes in pretty light, okay? 226 pounds as an edge is not... I mean, that's like safety weight, right? He's got good speed, good strength, impact dev, which is the reason he's the starter, because he has impact dev. There are aspects of his game that do need to improve, and I think we will see improvement as the years tick on, right? He'll be good. He'll figure it out. I have no big concerns. And even if he doesn't figure it out fully, Backing him up, we have D'Angelo Beauharnais, right? This kid is 6'5", 242, with a lot of mental traits that I love. Now, he's more of a standard edge, right? I like his strength. 87 strength as a true freshman is insane. Better speed than Blanco. It's just the fact that he doesn't have a dev trait that I think is very good, right? So D'Angelo will be a great player. Again, we'll be switching it up. It's not like we're gonna have. I mean, in the years past, you see how we're mixing in different rushers. So D'Angelo and Brent will both get on the field throughout the year. We'll figure out who's got a better nose for the ball, and that person will be like pushed into the starting role moving forward. It's just about getting on the field and who looks the best. Blanco looks the best right now in preseason and, you know, camp and all that. So we'll keep that way. Avery Sauer is the other true freshman we brought in. We're going to throw the red shirt on him. Hayden Pitts will probably not get on the field at all. Speed rusher, but he's got 76 speed, so what are you going to do? On the right side of the defensive line, you've got the starting Mason Stevens coming back. Speed rusher with 84 speed. He's a senior, so obviously we're expecting him to graduate at the end of the year and leave us. 14.5 sacks for year number 1, 11 sacks last year. So listen, Mason Stevens is an absolute freak. He's a physical specimen. I expect him to have another good year again. Going to the Big 12, facing better competition, I could see his numbers taking a step back, but I don't think the impact that he'll provide is going to take a step back whatsoever. Backing him up is a 70 overall J.J. Brown. 7.5 sacks in year number 1, 8.5 last year. He gets on the field and he sacks quarterbacks, and that's about all he does. He's not fantastic at a whole lot. He's a junior, so he'll be competing for a starting job next year, potentially, or we'll just keep him as like a sub-rusher, right? I could even see him getting on the field more than Beauharnais or Blanco, like when we need pressure. He's got 86 speed at 250 pounds. We've been relying heavily on the transfer portal to bring in defensive tackles, and this year was no different. As we scoop up Clemson's Vic Burley, 6'4", 324 pounds, star development, all sorts of physical traits that we love. He comes in as a 90 overall. He is a senior, so this will be, I mean, his first and final year in Fargo, but I expect Vic Burley to just absolutely rip the middle of offensive lines apart. 93 speed, 87 block shedding, 92 tackle. I mean, this kid is insane, and I think when we have such good edges, or at least such edges that create pressure, having the middle of the line be an absolute tank is, I mean, we're looking good. George Orlando comes in as a 69 overall. That's not nice. He's got decent speed though. 82 speed on a 287-pound frame is not awful. 88 acceleration. He's purely a speed rushing defensive tackle, and I like that a lot. But I would be concerned having him in the run game. We've got Robbie Allen coming in again. 281 pounds is just not a run stopper. We do have Zaire Parker though. Zaire Parker was redshirted last year. Not the best strength on him, but he's 302 pounds. So I could see Zaire getting in there. He does have impact dev trait as well. So, I mean, in rush downs, we'll probably have Zaire in the field, or on the field more often than Orlando. Tyrone Williams is here, as well as Jason Howard. Don't really expect them to get on the field a whole lot of anything. And then obviously we have a couple red-shirted kids that I'm not really gonna spend time on because I don't know what their futures hold. So this video is dragging. Eugene Jenkins is the starting Sam backer. We'll look for big things out of him. Doesn't really get on the field all that often. Mike Warren, Dax Murray. Again, these guys, they're fine, I guess. They're okay. Like, again, if we were in the Mountain West, I'd feel good about these guys starting, but we're not. We're in the Big 12, so we'll look for them to make an impact. Impact player, speaking of impact players, Will linebacker Noah Parker was an absolute freak last year. 91 speed at 243 pounds it's just crazy, dude. 93 acceleration. He's got 80 tackling as well. Now, he does have a pro potential deal breaker. So I don't expect him to come back next year. He'll be walking as a junior, which is fine. He's only a 73 overall, playing up to a 76. The bright side is the middle linebackers we were able to pick up. True freshman Austin Nowesevich is unreal, man. This kid is an absolute freak. Out of Maryland, the high school highlights, I mean, speak for themselves. Star dev trait. He's got fan favorite and road dog. Physical trait is blow up. 81 speed, 90 acceleration, 79 tackling. Comes in as basically the best physical athlete that we've had in the middle linebacking position in a while, right? No shade to the other middle linebackers we've had, but yeah, this 18-year-old has already been named team captain. He's going to whip our defense into shape. I expect him to be a first-round pick at some point here, right? As a 74 true freshman with star dev, I'm going to say he accelerates very nicely with his overall. And yeah, Westvich, I think he's going to be, when I look back on this Dynasty in a few years, I think I'm going to be looking at Austin Westvich and being like, man, I want a player like that, right? Whoever I'm playing next year. Which is what I thought Forrest Harato was going to be. When we first got the Michigan kid, I thought he was going to be the cornerstone. Unfortunately, he's not. I mean, he's good. He's very good, right? 80 speed, 89 acceleration, 77 tackling, 229 pounds. I could see him getting in there in a lot of passing downs, making plays for us there. But unfortunately, he's going to be battling with Fat Forrest, second-year transfer player, right? Came over from Mississippi State last year, and yeah, Fat's a good player. I mean, despite he's got a funny name too, but yeah, 240 pounds, 6'2", and I mean, just about 80 speed, 80 tackling. Fat is an exceptional player. 74 overall is not fantastic, but he's playing up to a 77, so we'll see how that goes. Jazz Anderson is a senior. Don't expect him to get on the field at all. Maybe some special team stuff. Hakeem Malcolm is also a player that won't get on the field almost at all, and that's probably for the best. Redshirted freshman George Zamora. I mean, I expected him to be good, but he's just not developing. It's almost like an impact dev trait is not is not the best or something. Aaron Riley is a good player as well. He's got star. I didn't realize Aaron's got star development trait, but he's a junior, so I don't expect him to start ever. 6'3", 262 pounds. Now, the big question going into the offseason last year was cornerback, right? We went after a lot of guys. Unfortunately, we were not able to pull a lot of those guys in because I suck at recruiting. I suck at most things about this game, but recruiting especially, I'm not very good at. The guy we were able to get to transfer is LSU's DJ Pickett. He comes in as an 89 overall, 6'4", 200-pound star dev trait. He's got layout and house call, 95 speed at 6'4", 95 acceleration, 94 agility, 98 change of direction, again at 6'4", 200 pounds. DJ Pickett is a monster, and like I expect him to lock down whoever the starting best wide receiver is for the other team. I think Pickett will just be on that guy, and that's it. Like, that's his job. Just lock down 1/4 of the field. The other side of the field is kind of a disaster, by the way, for the cornerback room. It's not clear who's going to get the start. We've got true freshman Emmett Mayer coming in. He came in as a safety, but with 6'2", 200 pounds, 86 speed, and decent man coverage, I thought he is more of a cornerback type. So we chucked him out to the cornerback position. He's got normal dev. He's a 67. He's a 67 overall. Come on, man. Like, we'll see if he can make some plays for us, but I'm not overly impressed by Emmett. Maybe he plays slot. Maybe he's our big slot guy, and we put Ben Pollard on the boundary, right? Ben Pollard comes in as a 67 overall, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 87 agility. So he seems to be a little bit better as like a physical athlete. Worse man coverage by 10 points than Emmett Mayer. So we'll see what happens there. Then we have Jay Potts. Jay Potts played a lot of the starting position last year and was exposed a lot. He does have exceptional speed, though. That's the one thing about Jay, is 95 speed, 94 acceleration. I like that when it comes to covering receivers, because even if you get out of position, that straight speed can get you back in the play quickly. He just got the worst man coverage of any of our cornerbacks, with 60 overall man coverage. Lewis Merriweather got the red shirt. He's a slot cornerback, but he's just not going to find his way on the field as a 64 overall. Johnny Hale did not get the red shirt, and I imagine he will not do anything on our team. But hey, he's got a cool name. I like Johnny Hale. Huge hole after Coy Purich left us, and we needed to fill that hole, and I mean, Carter Davis is the guy. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 agility, 88 man coverage. Maybe Carter Davis should be my cornerback, right? But the hybrid safety is a transfer from Pittsburgh. He's a senior. He had 3 interceptions from the safety position last year, which is more than Coy had. We don't really play our safeties like safeties. We like them closer to the line. We like them making tackles. He's a good tackler. I expect him to get in there a lot. And Melvin Harris is a good player. He's been here for a couple of years. I mean, he doesn't impress you at all physically, but he's a solid guy, right? He's a bigger hitting safety, a box specialist archetype, 215 pounds at 6'2". So I mean, maybe he'll get on the field. We also have Tobias Burfict, a redshirted freshman, got the red shirt last year. Physically, he's fine. We're just looking for him to upgrade. Like, he comes in as a 69 overall, so we'll see if he can. I don't really expect to make too big of an impact here unless there's an injury, and obviously we don't want any of those. Zach McGee has developed nicely. He's a senior now, 84 overall, 89 speed, 87 acceleration. I mean, he's been good in the secondary for us these last couple of years. So we'll look for him to continue making plays for us. Backing him up is Dallas Reed. Dallas Reed is. He's also developing, I guess. 77 overall, 87 speed. Again, when we need somebody to run behind a wide receiver as they score a touchdown, Dallas Reed is perfect at that. Jordan Sullivan, another kid that probably is not going to see the field at all. And then Robert got the red shirt. So overall, the defense looks better than last year, right? Like, I don't know. My voice just cracked horrifically, and I'm not going to edit it out. I probably should, but I'm not going to. We are a young defense. I think next year might be the year our defense puts it together. We've just got a lot of freshmen playing, and though these freshmen are good, I don't necessarily trust a bunch of 18-year-olds to go out there and like give us a top 15 defense and have us competing against top-tier schools, right? So we'll hopefully we'll get there, but you just never really know. JT Lloyd is our starting kicker. He kind of beat out Benny Rudolph. Benny Rudolph had, I mean, a good year last year. So if Lloyd starts messing up, we'll kick it back to Benny. Lloyd's a senior, Benny's a junior. So, I mean, Benny will be here next year regardless. Nathan John is still the punter because I don't care about punting as much as I should. So that was the roster review. Overall, I mean, I think we got a real shot to win some games this year in the Mountain West. I don't think we'll be competing for a Mountain West champion. Wait, we're not in the Mountain West. I think we got a real shot to win some games here in the Big 12. I don't think we'll be competing for a Big 12 championship, but I do expect us to be ranked going into a bowl game at the end of the year. So that's my expectation, ranked in a bowl game. If we make the playoff, that's great. If we don't, that is what it is. Anyways, hey, let's get to recruiting. Let's see what we need to do here. I would like a quarterback to come in. Obviously, I love quarterbacks, right? A running back would be nice to complement Cobbs, and then a receiver, because part of me thinks maybe one of these young Twin Cities receivers is going to bolt on us. So maybe bring in a receiver. So those are my wants. Needs, though, we need a left tackle, we need a left guard, we need a defensive tackle, we need cornerbacks, and we need safety. So way more defensive players are going to be targeted this year. All right, I filled up my recruiting board with 35 targets. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of 5 stars that I think we have a shot at, or that I'm like really even in. Let's jump back over to the 5-star just to give you a heads up what we're thinking here. Out of the 5 stars, a running back? Nah, probably not. Especially when you got big programs like Michigan and Ohio State going after him, Alabama as well. We've got a 218-pound Will Backer. I mean, he's probably pretty good, right? Like, I don't know. There's not a lot. Landry's interesting as a running back prospect, but anyway, so like the only one I think we have a real shot at is Tobias Pope. Based not so much on the schools going after him, but based on what he needs. He needs a coach with good prestige, and we have that, right? Or not even good prestige, an okay prestige coach. And we have that. So Tobias Pope will be our 5-star we go after early at least. And he's a speedster as well. So, I mean, we could throw him in the slot. 6'1", 161 pounds is pretty nice. We do have 625 hours, so it's time to start spending some of these. Braden Sneed is only 200 pounds. So I'm going to take Braden off because I think these two kids look good enough to be starters for us. Sidney Stoudemire, though, nah. I'll probably take you off. So those are the 2 tight ends that we're going to target right away. Now, I know we don't need edges, and I know that there are 7 edges here. Don't worry about why that is, okay? I'm just curious, okay? I'm just curious. They're all interested in us, by the way. That's the reason. All of them have like a reasonable amount of interest in us. But I just want to see if like who the best is here. I can't say this guy's name, so he gets to get taken off the list. Chris Bledsoe. We taking him. Well, I don't know, man. Notre Dame and Oregon. All right, Bledsoe goes off the list. Troy Henson gets a scholarship. We already have 13 scholarships handed out. Marcus Coward, that's a funny name. We'll give him a scholarship as well. Alrighty, I've jumped around quite a bit, reorganizing, but I've got 35 prospects, 35 scholarships, a decent amount of faith that I think we should be able to bring some of these guys in. So we'll sim. I was a little bit upset with just exactly how few 5 stars there were, but again, we can make a program work with a bunch of 4 stars. Look at the 3 quarterbacks looking to get out of here. That's pretty funny. Dumping 40 hours into Deontay Hardy is a lot for a running back that may not even be a starter here for a couple of years. Is what it is, though. We don't have a pipeline for Snead either. I pulled Snead off originally. That was a weird sentence. I took him off the board originally because I just didn't think we had the we needed him, right? And then I saw that we were in number 2, so I'm like, we'll throw him back on there. But yeah, these teams going after these 2 tight ends, I don't feel good about us getting either of those 2 tight ends, really. All right, let's jump over and see if there's any 5 stars that don't have any offers. That's kind of... Nope, everybody has an offer. Well, all right, so 4 stars that don't have any offers. Yeah, things in recruiting, like I do this every year where I get so excited. I get so pumped about what what could be, and I start to mess everything up. Look at that. 50 points on Pope, and we're not even in the consideration right now, dude. I think we get 50 hours back because Tobias is not interested. All right, so there goes our 1 5-star we were looking at. All right, LaShawn Willett is taken off the board here. We are in 1st place for Goldberg and 1st place for Gerald, so I mean, Willett looks good, but I think we have to take him off, especially with Purdue going after him and him being kind of close to Purdue hometown-wise. So I added this kid, so we'll see if we can sway, not really sway, but not the mechanic sway, but we'll see if we can pull him in. Carlos looking fine. He's about to go to his top 8, and there's only Mississippi State offering on him. I don't think we're going to change anything about these 3 edges here. Yeah, we're going to keep the edges the same. Defensive tackles, this is where we can start changing things up. As we look at the teams going after them, like Marcus Coward is good, but look at who's going to get him. He's just going to be a Seminole, so that's a bummer. We'll pull him out of the mix. Same with Kiernan. I mean, we're down to 3rd, and the teams in front of us are they're just in better position. And this is saving us points in the long run. Graham Burns is the player. We'll give him 10. Should I give him 15? Yeah, we'll give him 15 and 15, or we'll move 4 more hours onto Oakman here. Pat Demento, we're in 2nd place, but we're not really going against any teams that are worth a damn. So I do like Couch coming in here. Interesting things happening in the cornerback room as Duke Loper is, I mean, we put 25 hours on him and he's just not reciprocating. He just doesn't care. Oh my goodness. How we're going to compete with Michigan, man. Like, what are we supposed to do? I know what we're supposed to do. Pull him off the board. Same thing for Ring. So, I mean, look at how quickly we're just losing out on these prospects, right? Like, it just kind of sucks, but is what it is. That means we can really focus in on the other guys, right? That's listen, heads up. Keep your head up, son. Lester, we don't really need to give Lester more hours, but I think I will just because. So, couple 4 stars looking happy with this. All right, Bart Whiteheart is a sweet name, but he's just not going to play for us. So, Karoma, he's a New Jersey kid who wants to go to Miami. That makes sense, especially when we have guys lower on the board that are looking in better position. So yeah, we'll pull Karoma off, save his 5 hours. So Sisk, Hempburn, and Berkovici are going to be the 3 safeties, free safeties, I should say. 3 free safeties that I'm feeling good about. We're down to 25 targets right now, and I'm not feeling particularly great about that. The last thing I'm going to do before I let you go here is go through the team schedule, because now that we're in the Big 12, things are changing. We're going to be starting the year off with Minnesota. Now it's the annual Minnesota versus Fargo Bowl, right? We've got the Gophers, who in year 1 beat us pretty nicely, and then last year we kind of took it to them. So it's a good barometer for how the season is going to go. If we go and we stink it up, that's one thing. This is a big change up. We're not going to Minnesota this time. They're actually coming home. They're actually coming to our home in Fargo. So Big 12 versus Big 10 matchup to open the week, September 4th. Then we are hosting the Boise State Broncos. The Kings of the Mountain West come to play the owner of the Mountain West from last year. We'll see how that goes for us. I feel like we'll probably beat the hell out of them again, but hey, you never know. Then week 3, we're going to Ohio State again. We did this last year. It turned out poorly. Not as badly as you'd think. But yeah, Ohio State is a sick team. Tavian going back to the team that recruited him. It's gonna be a fun one there on week 3. Then we get into Big 12 play with a visit down to Kansas. Then we have Baylor coming to us, right? Before Iowa State shows up. Cyclones, right? So 3 Big 12 games in a row. 2 of them at home, 1 in Kansas. Obviously, week 5 and 6, that's like prime recruiting weeks. Same with week 7, but we don't have a game. It's our bye week, so it's not ideal, I guess. We go to BYU in week 8, playing. I mean, they're currently the 24th ranked team in the country. We'll see if they're ranked when we head out to Utah before we fly the other direction to Ohio to take on the Bearcats. Finally, get a home game in week 10 against K-State before we finish up our Big 12 conference play with a trip to UFC and then hosting Arizona. And then the last game of the season will be week 13 as your NDSU Bison go back to the Mountain West to take on Colorado State. There is something I wanted to point out about Colorado State. It's old Braxton Myers. The kid transfers from us. He's a 77 overall starting for Colorado State. So I mean, I'm happy to see him, and I want to go back there and face off against a kid who could have been our starter. In all reality, if we didn't get Tavian St. Clair, that would have been the kid. Regardless of that, hey guys, I appreciate you watching. Have a good day, and God bless.